Social media giants. They're progressive. Young Turks, Secular Talk, Ring of Fire, Benjamin Dixon, Tom Hartman, and subsidiary areas. They're very progressive. They want you to have a decent wage of $15 an hour. They want you to be treated fairly based on how you are, not what you look like. They want you to be able to rise to any level of power that you wish. They all want justice. They want it. They crave it. But who is their targeted audience? It's them against the upper class, those high-end income earners. They talk about you being against them. They talk about themselves being against them. They talk about corruption, greed, apathy, hatred. They talk about these things. And yet, who is their targeted audience? What they do champion above anything else, more than all of their Medicare for all above their $15 an hour, all above their free college. They champion building, maintaining a strong middle class. That's what they champion. And that's what makes me question them. Because while you champion a strong middle class, that means by default you must have a lower class. You cannot have anything in the middle without something above it and something beneath it. And when you have something beneath it and you're progressive, you don't stomp on what's beneath it. You simply don't talk about it. You let it go. You talk about those that can't pay their bills. You talk about those that have 2 and 3 jobs. And you talk about how horrible it is. And the reason these people talk about how horrible it is because they are championing the middle class. See, to make that little amount of money, to have to work 3, 2, maybe 1.5, if you're lucky, jobs, means you're in the lower class earnings, trying your best to live as a lower middle class. See, they're not fighting to make the lower class into a second class, joining the middle class. They're not doing that. They want those who are middle class that's been reduced to lower class to come back up to middle class and leave all of the ruffians behind. Now that is an assertion, but this assertion comes with enough evidence backed by their own rhetoric. That rhetoric is that they don't champion the lower class. They don't champion the McDonald's. They don't champion Hardee's or Carl Jr. They don't champion the $7 earners. They champion those that should be middle class, having 2 cars, a 2-story home. They champion those through rhetoric, those that should be able to live in their mom's basement. See, when you're actually in the lower class, you don't have a basement to live in. No, it's just a horizontal crawl space. When you have a middle class, when you live in that middle class life, your basement is just a room you don't use. And they will tell you about their middle class struggles. They'll champion middle class struggles. But they won't tell you how others are actually suffering. And when they do tell you, when they show you those rundown neighborhoods, the people living on the street, the poverty stricken, what do? Did they say we need to help these people? No, they go right back to talking about building their strong middle class. The war is not the lower class against the middle class, and it should not be the middle class fighting so hard to not be the lower class. The fight should be to have no classes at all. You live your life. You earn the money. If you should have to earn money at all, that can be up for a small debate. But what does comparative reasoning champion? What does Cedric champion? He champions everyone being able to financially live the one life that they have in comfort. No one should be on the street. No one should have to deal with a crawl space. No one should have to deal with substandard living because they can't earn enough based on what someone says that being's entire life is worth. It's all right to have Medicare for all. It's all right to have free college. Those are great things to champion. You can't champion those without bringing the lower class up to where the middle class is and eliminating the lower class. Eliminate homelessness, eliminate poverty, eliminate shelters by making sure everyone has an equal opportunity at life. Not access to life, an opportunity. This is Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.